And welcome to Matt Tissier'S newsletter number 14. That's right, isn't it? We're catching up a bit. Fell behind. And he has been doing it every week, to be fair. But what has he got up to this week? And is it just going to be another list of things? I love it, man. Hi all, and welcome to this week's newsletter. And surprise, surprise, the week started with, you guessed, a game of golf. Again at Stoneham, and this time with another old teammate in Nicky Banger. Nicky and his friend Paul took on me and Paul's son Rowan. Defeat was looking inevitable for us as we stood on the 17th tee, needing to win both the last holes to scrape a draw, which is exactly what we did, much to the annoyance of Nicky and Paul. Shot a couple of over par, and the handicap dropped a little back to 3.5. This is the right sound I meant to. Tuesday, my wife and I headed over to the Benali household to visit another of my old teammates, excuse me, and longtime friend Francis and his wife Karen. Lives are so busy these days, we often go weeks without seeing each other, so it was lovely to spend a few hours catching up. That evening before... Okay, that's the end of that sentence. That evening before heading off to paddle tennis, I spoke with the Richie Allen show. If you're interested, here's a link. The Richie Allen show. Matt Le Tissier is a Premier League legend. Yeah, we know. Speaking his mind on the COVID lockdowns, Matt also took issue with the panellists being required to wear Black Lives Matter pins. Okay. Cool. Wednesday was a 9 o'clock start on the golf course at Leckford, followed by lunch at the Mayfly pub not far from the course. Would highly recommend both the course and the pub. It was then back to Franny Benali's. Wait, is it Benali? He spelled it wrong this time. Franny Benali's house to sign some football shirts and balls in preparation for my evening at the Medina Theatre on the Isle of Wight next month. The evening was spent watching an incredible performance by Newcastle in their first Champions League home match for some 20 years by beating PSG 4-1. That was good. That was a good game, if you saw that. Thursday morning was spent at my friend Rob and his... Wait, have I read that? No. It's hard. Honestly, it's hard to know what you've... because it's so, repetitive. Thursday morning was spent at my friend Rob and his partner Lynn's house having a catch-up and a cup of tea. I got to know Rob when he worked at Southampton Airport, which I flew out of quite often. Despite being in his 70s, Rob only stopped playing five-a-side football a few years ago. I loved his attitude to life and we kept in touch after he longer worked at the airport. The guy, he stopped proofreading. He meant to say no longer. He's stopped proofreading. There's no commas anymore, hardly. Just words missing. A fascinating man who served in forces and was down in the Falklands in the 80s and also several tours of duty in Northern Ireland. Some of his life experiences may make me realise just how lucky I've been in my life, and I love listening to him. His humility is refreshing. A haircut and an appointment with my chiropractor ensued, and an evening online meeting that you can hear more about in the coming weeks. Friday started with an interview with Ewan McKenna, which can be found here. Should I just get this guy? Should I just ask him on my podcast at this point? He's doing so many podcasts and interviews. Imagine I got him on my podcast, but we just talked about golf and paddle tennis. Right, where are we? Oh, sorry. Followed by a chat with the Goldbuster boys about where they store their precious metals that can be found here. What? What? Who's the Goldbuster Boys? Sorry about the cat, everyone. Who's the Goldbuster Boys and where are they hiding their precious metals? The Goldbusters and Matt Letizia. What is this? And why has it had... It's had 89... Sorry, you can't see it properly, which is fine. It's had 89 views posted 3 weeks ago. You got Matt Letizia on. How have you got no views? I just want to...
Yeah, I'm absolutely gobsmacked that the insurance company would do that just because he was thinking about doing something.
Yeah.
This home insurance, that is absolutely...
I'm actually going to watch that. I'm actually gonna watch that later. I want to see who the Goldbuster Boys are, and they've got, you couldn't see, but they've got like these green screen backgrounds. It's all gold. Like what? Anyway, again, where am I? It was off to Stoneham for some lunch, followed by 18 holes with 15 other lads for my mate Jez's birthday bash. That's a lot of lads playing golf, right? My 4 over par and 36 Stableford points was only good enough for second place in the individual event, and my team came 4th out of 4! 2 exclamation marks. Can we watch it together? I don't know if I'd watch the whole thing, but I do kind of want to just see the vibe of it. Saturday morning, I was on dad duty watching my daughter win on the netball court, and then it was off to St Mary's to watch Southampton draw with Rotherham. Saints were in complete control of the game, but substitutions I felt disrupted the game and allowed Rotherham a little ray of hope to get back in the game, which they took. Our lovely neighbours had decided to cook a curry Saturday night and asked us over. It would have been rude to say no. The curry and sides were great, as were the Malibus? Malibus. I'm so sorry. I don't know much about alcohol. Malibus, but there should be a prostitute. No. The Malibus that accompanied them, and a cracking night was had by all. Malibus. Sunday arrived and my wife took our daughter off to her hockey match, with which her team duly won 4-0. I stayed home to walk our dog, do the food shopping and prepare the veg and roast potatoes for our dinner. The rest of the day was spent watching a lot of football, snooker and darts on the TV, just as Sundays were designed. So that was my week. Hope you guys all have a great week, and remember to try and do something every day that makes someone else's life a bit better. Best Matt. Listen, I had a shocker with the Malibus, alright? But that shouldn't distract from what was a truly wonderful newsletter. It's like, he's never not going to mention golf. Has it been 14 weeks of this? Who's Nicky Banger? Anyway, still got a couple more to catch up with, so see you for the next one.